So, by the way, National Treasure Curtis Armstrong. National Treasure Curtis Armstrong.
Oh! I thought it's like he wasn't in National Treasure. That's Steve Zahn.
That was very nice of you. Thank you.
He's. I mean,
right?
Yeah. Don't get me started.
It's the guy.
Yeah.
It's one of those guys.
One of those guys.
The K-12 dude.
The K-12 dude. Yeah.
I get a lot of tweets from youngsters now that are watching Better Off Dead because you became a friend of the show. I can tell that they'd never seen it, which I'm exceptionally proud of because that movie does hold up and is awesome, and it's like nice to see somebody go like, "Holy shit! I just rented this. I never would have, and it's so amazing."
I know. I really like seeing those. That's really nice.
Yeah. Shit. Okay. So what the fuck was it? We were going to talk about TV, probably. I assume. But what with the yes, everybody get lots of sleep. All right. Well, let's talk about TV. So it's the golden age of television, which is true because TV is higher quality than the movies because movies are big international business, so we're just churning out these like giant movies and like it's the weird cultural shift.
You look at Disney and Warner Brothers, and the majority of it's the big DC or Marvel franchises are what they're kind of focusing on, or also some Pixar in the future. But really, that's what the movies now are. So
yeah, and you're
all the
averaging
other stuff
out instead of making like something that's about an insight into, for instance, like American domestic culture and then exporting it to other countries as television where there could still be that cultural like, oh, this is an American show. I know that going in. Like the movies are like the American audience is like a fraction of the box office that they even care about. Didn't they release the new Avengers movie in China before here, or it was like America was like the last.
Yeah, and what's interesting too is now they're having to sort of there are certain things they won't do in some of these big movies now because China's such a large percentage of the box office. So
yeah, and that's just the tip of the iceberg in terms of like the effect of if you're making a movie for an entire planet and you need it to be this big crazy movie, and obviously a byproduct of that. I mean, one effect of that is that CG is going to get really good, and it really has, and it's amazing. We can do anything now, and to the point where I was watching Mad Max, I had no idea. Everyone that keeps walking out of Mad Max is always saying the same thing. They're all going, I don't know how they did that. And I literally mean I don't know how they did that. I don't know if that was a practical car flipping through the air or if maybe the tire was CG but the car wasn't. Or
weirdly, I know something about that.
All right.
Which I usually don't. But I happen to know something about that because of Genevieve Pearson,
okay,
who you know. Yeah, Genevieve. We love Genevieve from King of the Nerds. And she did some research on it. Every car effect is practical. They may have layered stuff over it, but all of the car stuff is practical. There are other things that are CGI, but a vast amount of that movie was actual practical.
And the guitar guy.
And the guitar guy
was a real guy.
We love the guitar guy.
I mean, that's a. Geez, you would expect a movie like that to be.
It just doesn't look like it to me. I'm not a big
always
fan
in the
of those
perfect
movies,
place.
but it doesn't look like a CGI movie to me. Even at the parts where I know it has to be, it's really there are moments of that movie that I thought were just beautiful.
Yeah,
just beautiful
it seems
to
like
look
the
at.
camera is always just in the perfect position, which is an effect of the CG kind of mediascape. Shut up, Harmon.
Entourage, on the other hand, all CG, including the script.
Wow.
What?
I don't know where those three boos were coming from. Like, I have never seen a frame of Entourage, and I'm fine.
Oh, you got some binging to do, folks.
I told that to somebody, and they said, actually, they kind of studied me for a second, and as they mulled it over in their head, and they said, like, I think you're experiencing Entourage the right way, like, because it's like trickling in, through the water table to you, like, it's like, you don't need to see any episodes. It's like it's more of a.
Yeah, that's how I experienced the Real Housewives. It's I never actually watch them. I just kind of, for whatever reason, if you live in this culture, you sort of just know what's going on those shows.
Yeah. And yeah, there's no okay. So the movies are visually incredible, and with the exception of your odd Mad Max or two, they're all kind of dumb. Whereas TV, until we get, I mean, I don't know, because it's cheaper now and it's lower stakes, it's getting like really, good. He said at a weird octave.
And getting gooder.
It's getting good. And there's lots of shitty shows, but there's so many that there's something for everybody, and there's all kinds of amazing stuff happening.